Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course from New Earth One Network. This is designed exclusively for your higher self connection and embodiment. Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course. We are excited to be back with Gaitana and Yantal. Today, we're talking about moving closer to source to enhance your creative power. We're really talking about stepping into the ascension timelines, 5D and beyond. Hi, Gaitana and Yantal.
Hi, Loren. Thank you for having us back. And I just want to clarify that for those who are new to us, Yantal and I, Gaitana and Yantal, we serve together. Our native language is Spanish, so we do service in Spanish together. And he will be here with us today, but since I speak English, I will be doing the transmission, okay? But you will be receiving our unified energy all along.
So beautiful. What a divine partnership, and we thank you for that. So this webinar is really about working with the alchemy within us. And we're talking about divine alchemy. This is where we step into our soul power and purpose. So I'm just going to let you take it from here and offer this beautiful presentation.
Thank you, Lauren. So we will be sharing a transmission first, like sharing a few concepts, and then doing an energy activation. And then maybe we can share a little bit about the special offer, okay? But right now, before we get started, I would love to invite us all to close our eyes for a few seconds and to visualize a white ray of light descending through our crown chakra, going down our pillar of light, our power column, really grounding us and purifying us to be open to receive this divine transmission today. So as we breathe in and exhale, we will allow this white ray of light to fill us. We will feel every single cell in our bodies receiving this vibration. And when you feel really, really present and you start connecting with the frequencies that we will be sharing today, you can open your eyes. We will be sharing a very profound message, so we wanted everybody to be grounded before receiving this message today, okay? So in order to step into our ascended timelines, 5D and beyond, we want to move closer to God. Why is that? When we move closer to our divine frequency, let's just remember that God is not outside of ourselves. It's a frequency that we can embody. As we move closer to that divine frequency, our creativity is amplified. When we talk about creativity, we don't mean painting or singing or artistic creations, though they may be included. We are talking about our divine potential. When we feel separate from God, from Source, we are not in a creative mode because we are holding on to trauma and reactivity. Yes? So that's why we don't remember our purpose. We don't remember who we are. We don't know how to make a good use of our energy force, of our life force. Because when we are in separation, we are in fear. And when we are in fear, it's like when you're in school and you have to sit an exam and you freak out and you go, you know, your mind goes blank and you don't remember anything. So, or your creativity feels lost in that moment. That's when you're experiencing profound disconnection, okay? So obviously, as we move closer to this divine frequency, everything becomes clearer. We start remembering everything. And we return to what we call our creator or creatrix consciousness. We are talking about this level of creativity, okay? Not only art. When we are not connected to God, to this divine light, what we find is substitutes for divinity. Lower forms of creativity, which are more based on self-gratification than on service. That means it makes me feel good, or maybe it supports my healing, but it's not really meant to serve others. It either helps me release stress, right? Or to feel a little bit more connected in that moment when I'm painting or singing or dancing. But there's still this gap between divinity and myself. And I'm trying to find access doors which are temporary, not to feel so disconnected. So the clarion call for today is a big today. It's for those listening in any present moment. This is today. The clarion call is to move closer to God, meaning there's an opportunity that we have right now as a collective to stop participating in reality as students or practitioners of the light and moving into our inner leader or inner master frequency. This doesn't mean that we don't continue evolving. But what I mean is, for the majority of the spiritual collective, they are still perceiving themselves as students or practitioners, which is a state of consciousness that tells you that you need to receive from others. It's good in certain stages or phases of evolution because we cannot give what we don't have. So we have to become complete before we can step into service, into our service roles, okay? But there is being a transition from needing to giving, being willing to contribute something to the new earth creation, okay? And there's a big call now to up-level our service work. There will be more benefits, of course, and more responsibilities. That's what we don't tend to like so much. So co-creation means that there is this enlightening or enlightened offering that we need to give humanity and the planet, okay? But if we consider ourselves the eternal student, always in need of other people to tell us what to do, to give us energy, to support us, we can never find our contribution, yes? Because I'm either creating or consuming. if I'm consuming all the time, I will never awaken my inner offering. Yes? So this is the big call of the day. That's why we talk about moving from self-empowerment to liberation, to soul liberation. We have to take it a step further, because all those listening to this call, you are a leader of the new earth, you are a master of the new earth, but you might still perceive yourself as the eternal student, like you're never ready, it's never enough, you never know enough, you're never prepared, and we need to step up right now, okay, as a collective. Here is where Divine Alchemy comes to support us, because Divine Alchemy is the way to shift our vibration and awaken our inner leader. Yeah? How can Divine Alchemy support us, and what is Divine Alchemy? There are lower expressions of alchemy when we are going through our spiritual awakening or low empowerment, where we might feel that alchemy is this transmutational process when you have to clear a lot of karma or clear density, and we are dealing with our shadow. It's a shadow work, right? Now, Divine Alchemy is addressing your community, for example, Rengeli, when people are fully empowered and they're ready for more. And we have already done the shadow work, and now we are ready to embrace our higher aspects. So before, we used to project our fear, our guilt, our shame, our anger, our sadness, our frustration. We are done with that. Not saying that we need to heal a little bit of that, but we have done the big work, the inner work. But now there are other aspects that we have projected. By projecting, we mean we give power away and we see them in other people and not in ourselves. Projection is separation. I'm not bad. That's Lauren Gailey, for example. She has that, okay? Or she can do that, but I can't. So Divine Alchemy, it's the higher form, the more advanced form of alchemy, reminds us to focus on the light. No more healing in the traditional sense, no more shadow work, okay? Now we need to focus on what we want to expand and co-create. And the way this works is, instead of focusing on my external reality to see who I am or to find out who I am and trust that creation, which you know is Maya, is the illusion, what I will be trusting now exclusively is my inner vision. Because New Earth creations start from the inside out. God, divinity, will place a vision in your heart and mind. And you need to become the guardian of that vision. If you contrast that vision or the possibility of that vision with what is happening around, you will be in disbelief. Like, this cannot be done. I'm not the one. It's difficult. It will take very long. But God is placing an inner vision in your heart. The way that can be accessed, you may listen to an inner voice, this voice that awakens within, that is guiding you. It's what we call the inner guidance. It's true, it's real, it's tangible. Or maybe it's visuals, you have lucid dreams. There are many ways that higher consciousness may communicate this vision or mission to you. But we are beyond finding our origin. We know that we are divine by now. We are past discovering or exploring our energy signature and purpose and essence. We are moving towards destiny and mission. And this shift has happened really, I believe, in the past year, collectively, I mean. Yes. So we are now called to integrate our higher aspects. That's why people might be having the experience of remembering their participation in other enlightened communities or timelines, such as Lemuria or Atlantis or Egypt or the Essenes, or they are having a connection to galactic, their galactic consciousness or their starseed families. Because now, in order to fulfill our missions, we need to be awakening to our universal consciousness, okay? All our enlightened aspects. So that's the focus now. And so Divine Alchemy will help us focus on the light, establish more profound connections with our soul family. And we tend to connect soul family with other human beings. Those are included. But soul family is from different planes of consciousness. Okay, it's the galactics, it's the ascended masters, the Elohim, the nature devas, the elementals, the crystals, all the kingdoms. Our soul family goes beyond humanity. Okay, and we need that power and love and wisdom in order to fulfill our missions. It's not only among human beings. Okay, so all that inner power that we will be reawakening will affect humanity and the planet, but it goes beyond us, okay? So we have to retrieve all those soul aspects, our higher aspects. We have so many ascended gifts that we have not even begun to explore. And now it's time to feel worthy of embodying those inner aspects, okay? So another thing that Divine Alchemy can help us with, and we are using our own terminology, you can translate, is helping us transmute what we call our clan energy into the frequency of community. Meaning, clan energy is, I'm only willing and ready to open my heart to those who I choose to open my heart to. Like my family, my friends, people I trust, okay? People I know. And so the clan energy is all my ancestral energy and people very close to me that I feel that I can open myself to. Now, community energy asks you another question, is who am I required to open my heart to? It's not to the people that are convenient to me or easy to open my heart to, or just the people that I know and that I contribute something to because there's a benefit involved even, because it's my family and I continue to see them, so I'm willing to serve them because there's a benefit for me also. That's the clan energy. It's we are supporting each other, but in general, keeping us in our comfort zone. So clan energy and comfort zone could be synonyms here, okay? Now, when your humanitarian heart opens and you start resonating with your soul family because you're fully open, you are more interested now in community service, impacting your community. But that means that you will have to open your heart and serve and share and collaborate with people that you don't remember, you don't know, may not bring a direct benefit to your life at the beginning because you don't remember your soul plan or soul contract with those people, okay? So there's a deep level of surrender and really opening your heart to humanity, not to the 10, 15, or 20 you're comfortable around, okay? Even people you might not ever see again, but you feel called to share something or to donate something or support their journey just for one day, doesn't matter. because you never know who that person is really at a deeper soul level, okay? So moving into this community frequency is very important. But many people, and we see this in the collective, they are clinging onto familiar relationships. They are clinging onto or attaching to old contracts because they feel safe, which is not real. There's no real safety there, but it's familiar. And human beings tend to be comfortable around familiar things or people, okay? Now, stepping into this community energy and frequency means I don't know what divinity will ask me to do, to serve, to who I will have to open my heart to, okay? So I have to clear all my issues of distrust, yes, trauma with relationships. And that's why we have to move closer to God, because all this will become from our divine potential. And the other big thing about divine alchemy, this ascended form of alchemy, focusing on the light and integrating my higher aspects, is that you will have the opportunity to become a code transmitter instead of just being a code carrier. What do we mean by this? We all have a light body. We will not get into that specifically today, but the light body means that I have fully activated all my light codes, all that I am. It's enlightenment, basically, okay? So everybody who is on planet right now is a code carrier. We carry those codes in our field, but they are dormant. They haven't been activated. The way that we can really be of benefit for humanity and step into our ascended timelines and up-level our service work is if we start activating those codes within. Because when we are code transmitters, that energy is ready to be shared, is active in my field. And through my presence, I will start triggering those codes in other people, regardless of what I'm saying or what I'm doing. It's just my presence that is amplifying the field of other people, okay? So we also see that for many light workers, they have been commenting that they feel exhausted, tired. That is because they are trying to transmute the collective energies or the one in their clients with a lot of effort, because they don't have enough light, the light quotient, enough light codes activated to transmute that with ease and grace. Yes? So with Divine Alchemy, and we are code transmitters and code keepers, we share with our community, and that's like the foundation of our light technology. We share 33 light codes that start awakening your energetic DNA or spiritual DNA, other aspects of consciousness and your light body or energy field. Because unless you have all that energy within, everything requires a lot of effort and struggle. Yeah. And right now, all the ascended technology that we are all contributing to the collective is about refining our vehicles. Now it's about refinement. Is that a word, refinement? Yeah, the correct noun? Good. So it's about refining us to match a certain vibration. The confusion in the collective tends to be that because we start connecting with a certain frequency, and we can even channel a certain frequency, we have integrated that, and it's not the case. I can perceive a frequency. I can know, for example, what divine grace is. I can perceive the collective of ascended masters, but that doesn't mean that I have embodied that frequency. So to be a code transmitter or an energy transmitter means that I have to embody those frequencies. And by the way, another confusion is that by embodiment, people believe that they have to anchor that in the physical body. When we talk about embodiment, we are talking about the light body, not the physical body. Your light body has to fully activate. That's embodiment in our experience, okay? Of course, the physical body will catch up because it's the vehicle that will support your mission, okay? But embodiment is that I can embrace all my higher aspects in my light body. Why do you want to do that? Because your light body is your immortal self. All that you activate and that you carry in your light body will be with you forever. So your physical body may die and dissolve, but your light body is your consciousness. You take that everywhere you will go from now, okay? So you want that eternal wisdom, that eternal consciousness to be embodied in your light body, okay? And the last thing before we move on to questions or the activation itself around Divine Alchemy and the benefits is that Divine Alchemy will help us really attune to the frequencies of the enlightened age. And here I'm speaking to the spiritual collective in particular. Because we are focusing now on the light, on our higher aspects, now we are no longer being called to concentrate on reparation, but on creation. So, all of those listening who are overly attached to healing, fixing, repairing, and dealing with trauma and drama, we are now moving towards creation. Yes, there's truly nothing to repair. We just have to activate our light. It's about light activation right now, okay? Another frequency of the enlightened age, so no more reparation, creation, is strong emphasis on intuition. We find that many people are still trying to figure out their path or their mission linearly by thinking about it, or what fits into their structure. Now more than ever, you have to learn to decode your energy field and feel what resonates with your heart. Because most probably, your community, your guides, are not those that are convenient. Your path may not be the one that is in your neighborhood and it's convenient because it's near home, or people who seem to be like you and you feel comfortable in their presence. If you remember your soul contracts, if you remember your journey from the inside out, your guides may be the last people you would choose to guide you. Yes? Because for many people, they are in strong denial of their path. They don't remember their guides and mentors. They don't remember the light technology and teachings. They don't remember their community. They don't remember even the physical place where they might be moving to, okay, or connecting with. Maybe you don't even speak the language of your mentors. Maybe they are not the same color or race, or they don't share the same background, okay? So really now we need to start remembering from the inside out at a soul level, because otherwise you will fall in traps, yeah? It's your linear mind recommending what seems convenient and at hand, and that's not the way, yeah? you're looking for your soul activators. It might not be the people you are comfortable around with necessarily at the beginning. When you remember, you will love your mentors and community and soul family, okay? So we need to really become energy masters, stop figuring things out mentally, and feel with our energy. We need to become scanners, scan energies, okay? And we will be looking for resonance, coherence, okay? Love, basically. The other thing for the healers and the light workers is we are also moving, as I said before, from being focused on healing to ascension, true evolution. What I mean by this is that even focusing on healing symptoms or external evidence of disconnection, like I want to heal the knee or a pain in the body or even emotional or mental trauma, I'm missing the point, because we are not here to heal, we are here to evolve. We are here to raise the frequency. Yeah? But many people are still attached to healing symptoms. And it's not about that. The new earth is about raising the collective consciousness, okay? We have to raise vibration. So we have to retrain ourselves, because we know this, but we have forgotten. We have to retrain ourselves to raise the vibration of those around us. No more healing, okay? So this is an upgrade for many people who are attached to the healing work. And along these lines, we see that for many light workers, they are also having patience. That is, people who maybe sit down in their office and they are wanting to receive an energy download or an energy activation, okay, or a massage or any form of therapy, okay? But are you really creating patience or leaders? Like when people come to you, do they lie down somewhere and you are giving energy to them? So you're recreating a lot of irresponsibility, because that person is receiving, they will receive energy that day, but in 5 days, in 10 days, they don't know what to do to shift their reality, okay? They don't learn about responsibility. They don't learn about self-awareness, okay? So let's be mindful about this, because we are the source of collective evolution. Am I really helping that collective to take responsibility for ascension? Am I forming the new leaders? Or do they come to consume my energy or energy for 10 minutes, but they're not really growing spiritually? Yes? So what I'm doing is giving more energy to the victim. And it's a very unconscious program. And I create codependency. That patient will always come to me, of course, because they will be under the impression that they need me to evolve, or they need me to feel energized, or they need me to establish connection with the Ascended Masters, for example. So am I amplifying the field of patience? And they are patient, okay? They wait, they don't move. Or am I forming the new leaders and masters, okay? So we encourage all those listening to trust that because you're a leader, you can also form other leaders, okay? But you will need to shift your perception about yourself even. Instead of underestimating yourself, your service, or other people, help them reclaim their power. That doesn't mean that because I will be awakening my soul power, I don't need guides and mentors. But those guides and mentors will always reflect me back what I need to take responsibility for. They will empower me. There's no dependency involved, okay? So that's very, very important right now. Because we need to become the visionaries now, the pioneers, the way showers. And everybody, all those listening right now to you, Lauren Gailey, to us, you're all visionaries. You are all the way showers. Yes? But you need to trust that you're worthy of awakening that frequency within. Okay? So any questions or comments before moving into the energy activation?
I just want to say that this is such a high level of instruction from the higher realms. It is truly empowering and inspiring. And I really feel like crying, and I know I'm not the only one. It is the soul mission stepping forward right now. And as you were speaking, I could feel strength of the heart, the vibration of the heart coming forth so significantly that it dissolves a lot of the ego mind trappings of all the comments that could just take their muddy boots and smash them all over our dreams. And so this is why we have said for decades now, hold your vision of new earth. Well, now it's not time to hold our vision of new earth. It's to bring it forth and to empower and inspire others to bring it forth as well, to truly form the new leaders. How inspiring, how beautiful. Activating these codes will trigger others. That really is probably the most pressing question. How do we activate these codes? How do we know that they're activated? Do they get activated just by us being in our heart?
Well, of course, it requires your willingness to open to this vibration. In our case, what we do is in the special offers that we are contributing here to your community, we share those 33 light codes as a faster way to activate not just one light code, like you pronounce one light code, it's an energy bundle that you're activating within. It's a whole set of, it's a lot of wisdom that you're activating with only one light code, okay? So we initiate people in these light code activations. It's the basis of the foundation of what we do. But you can either be in nature and say, okay, I'm ready to step up. I'm ready to remember my mission. I'm ready to receive the download, the appropriate and relevant download of energy for myself today. And if you're open enough to receive that, that's okay. The reason why there are so many guides and mentors, spiritual mentors now is that most people either don't take the time to do this, because we could all be activating ourselves by ourselves on our own, but people either don't have the time, don't see the value, they don't trust what they receive, or they don't know what to do with that. So it's not really that, for example, being in our field or training with us, we are doing something that you couldn't be doing on your own. But the thing is that you may not have the soul power to have, and we will share 3 Ds here. You don't have the discipline, the dedication, or the devotion to walk that journey, okay? And it's easier if you do it with a community, with mentors and guides, because the mind interferes. We are in disbelief sometimes. We don't move into action, okay? So that's why your mentors, your community, your ascension vortex supports you till, of course, not only do you move closer to God, you are in unity with God. Until you are fully enlightened, you are fully in unity consciousness with God, you will need some help or support of a certain kind, because there's separation. And if there is separation, there's fear. Yes, you're not trusting, you're not seeing something. So your mentors, community, other people can be your eyes till you can establish connection for yourself. So there's this paradox that in order to become the master, I may need to follow a master. And I know that this brings up for many people, like giving their power away or you know, being submissive. It's quite the opposite. Is if you are with the right mentors and guides, they will take you to the door of unity, but you can't get there by yourself in general. It's not for the majority of the people, okay? Otherwise, everybody would be enlightened by now, and it's not the case. So we could be doing this on our own. It requires a lot of discipline and focus, okay, and trust and faith. So we are just, all guides and mentors, we are just sharing our service, holding space till you feel worthy of unity. And there's lots of trauma, lots of false programming and beliefs that even if you want to divinitize yourself and merge with God consciousness, there's a lot of fear around that. Yes, because there's fear of loss, there's fear of letting go of structures and systems, there's many, many fears. It's very difficult in general to identify those programs by yourself because your mind takes over. Yeah, and the mind will deceive yourself over and over. But of course, if you can do it, that's great. But to begin with, you can be in nature and just set the intention, I'm ready to remember my purpose, my mission, my soul family, whatever serves you right now, and just receive. But then to implement those teachings and wisdom is another thing.
Yes, and that is where you are such a good accelerator for those who you support. You are really supporting that empowerment.
We're catalysts.
A catalyst. Yes, I love that. Yeah, because the ego mind, looking back at certain things, I actually feel very inspired to go back and pick up a dream that I kind of put on the back burner because my ego mind came in and said, you don't have to worry about that now. But the call of the heart is so strong that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's something there. And so I use that as an example because if we work with mentors or others who can support that dream and the goal, it really does help us tune into the heart so much more closely rather than listening to the head. It seems kind of elementary at this point to say that our mind can totally take us into a dark tunnel of doubt and fear. But the way that we can move forward with the love and the trust is really important in these times. So beautiful. Thank you. I know I'm not the only one inspired. How wonderful. So you are going to talk about a course that is even more support for those who are interested in it. But first, let's do a little activation.
Sure. Good timing. Perfect. What we will be offering through this energy activation is an opportunity to clear our individual and collective past records. Why is this so important? Because if we want to shift our perception around ourselves and other people and see the light through us and through other people, we need to forget about how I used to perceive you, okay? Can you relate to this, Lorraine, how many times we know a person in a certain moment and we kind of label that person and we don't allow that person to evolve? Because in our mind, in our hearts, they are that way. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the higher frequency for them, we even collaborate to keep them stuck in that, in that frequency. And unless we hold the higher version of them or the image or that energy, okay? So imagine if you could reset all your relationships, forget about who they are supposed to be in your life, who they are meant to be, and you start clearing all that and start remembering or connecting to others from soul to soul. Yes, from light to light. It's a true namaste experience, okay? Like I truly see you, no matter your temporary ego or temporary manifestations, okay? So we will be clearing our perception so that we can renew our perception, our contracts with other people, and see who we truly are and who those people around us truly are, okay? So going back to the invitation today, which is moving closer to source. If we are not in unity with God, we said we are creating separation. When there is a gap, what happens? There's space. And what tends to go into that space? Fear. That's why you can only hold on to fear if you're separate. You are creating a gap. And that gap will attract more disconnection because that's the frequency of the gap. And there comes mental projections, emotional separation, and physical resistance, okay? What we will be doing right now is that space that has been filled by fear and insecurity, we will start filling it with love, with divine love, okay? With divine light. So we invite you now again to close your eyes. Just be present with all those inner spaces that might be experiencing disconnection right now. And there's fear. If there's disconnection, there's fear. Don't hold on to the fear, just witness the fear. And we invite you to invoke an emerald green ray of light. It will descend through your crown chakra, down your pillar of light. And you can anchor that ray in the crystalline core of the earth so that it is amplified for all the beings that are now on earth. And as you receive this download of the emerald ray of light, you will be receiving two very specific frequencies: divine value and divine order. You don't have to understand what you're receiving right now, but just value and order are being restored in your field. If I'm experiencing disorder, chaos, confusion, lack of clarity, it's because either I'm not valuing myself or my journey. When there's no inner worthiness, there's chaos. I'm creating separation or rejection or resistance to everything. Because only if I feel worthy of divine light can I receive it. And when I receive it, everything falls into place. So if you're perceiving internal chaos or global chaos, and that is affecting you, is because you still carry chaos within. The core of this is to receive and to restore all the codes of inner value, okay? As you start restoring these codes within, order and value and order. Value has to do with abundance and with love. Order has to do with truth and integrity. So love, truth is being awakened within. Just allow, this is the key word, allow it to penetrate your consciousness. Just allow love, truth, the vibration of love, truth, to penetrate your consciousness, your cells, your cellular memory, and your physical body, to upgrade your whole system. And allow those inner aspects that have been in separation to absorb this emerald ray of light. And as you allow, just flow with this energy download. Don't control it. So that you can receive exactly the exact light frequencies that you require now to ascend, to move beyond soul empowerment and to embrace soul liberation, which is another cycle of experiences. And whatever you have been holding on to, just let go. So allow and flow. Allow and flow. Let go of inner protections, protection mechanisms, resistance to the light. So don't block the light. The light wants to come into your reality, into your consciousness, into your light body, into your physical body. But if you're blocking the access, it's not that it doesn't have the power to penetrate you, but it won't, because the light never imposes itself on you, okay? It's just an offering to move forward, to become lighter, to have courage, to step into your ascended timelines. So the light will intervene, but it will never interfere, because it will always respect your free will. So it's up to you to open your vessel, your consciousness, to be in a receptive mode today, to allow and to flow, knowing that you will be receiving exactly what you require, not what you want maybe, but what you require to ascend. And you can visualize your entire field of consciousness imbued with this green, emerald green frequency and energy. It's not just the color. The color carries a frequency, a tone, creation codes. So just allow your aura, your energy field, to absorb this emerald green light, so that it can dissolve trauma and old contracts, so that your aura is no longer gray, and you start awakening your light body. Your light body has colors. It's not gray, not depressed, because your light body vibrates in joy. So see the colors of joy. Feel the vibration of joy. Be in resonance with joy. Match that vibration, and all that you will be magnetizing, attracting into your reality is more of that, more joy. So we are stepping into joyful creation. You can visualize a green vortex around you to seal this activation and to seal your field. And take a last deep, full breath, allowing this great light to restore and upgrade your consciousness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have received the energetic download.
Thank
Words
you.
cannot describe accurately the feeling, but it is vibrant. Thank you.
So now, Lorraine, since you mentioned that your soul is wanting to create something, do you feel worthy of that creation? Do you feel inspired to move forward now?
Yes.
And for those listening, if you remember just one thing about this whole transmission and activation, the message would be, you are ready. You don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. Stop consuming. You are ready. That doesn't mean that you don't have to keep evolving and co-creating with others who will hold space for you to shine your light, okay? But you are ready to step up. No more procrastination, no more waiting, no more delay, because the new earth is right here. Like, just step into that creation, okay? You are ready.
You are ready. And with every smile, with every contact with another human, we are doing it. We are being it.
Yeah.
So,
and also, I'm receiving this, like, shift this inside. People are waiting for resources or confirmation to get moving. Get moving and you will get the resources.
yes.
It's quite the opposite. Yeah?
Yes. We like to say 1 foot in front of the other, baby steps.
Yeah.
And that actually encourages the energy and the alignment of things to happen with that inspired action that we take.
Yes, because you become the magnet for abundance, vitality, connections, for everything, but you have to get moving.
We have to get moving. New Earth is waiting. Yes,
Yeah.
New Earth is waiting. All right. Well, this is very inspiring. And I know that those who are watching and listening are feeling it. We certainly hope that they are feeling inspired. And if they would like a mentor, you both are beautiful mentors and wonderful guides to assist. So tell us about the program to step into the ascended timelines, 5D and beyond.
So we are offering 3 unique sessions for your community, which is live calls. They last an hour and a half, 90 minutes. They are live, but they will be recorded if you can't be live. So it's 3 sessions, and then there's the option, it's another offer where you can have a private session with us. It's optional. And so we have recently finished another program with some participants from your community, Lorraine. With them, we have done the Awaken Your Divine Human course. We suggest that if you feel called to this one, if you have the time and the chance, you can purchase the previous one, because there we shared the first 15 light codes, which are foundational. And in this one, we will be adding 16 more. And in the private session, the last 2 codes, 32 and 33, to awaken what we have mentioned. It's not mandatory. You can also step into this new course. And of course, this is quantum. So you will also be receiving the previous energy, right? But if you feel called and you have the time, we have 21 days before the next course. If you want to have the 33 codes, that would be a good invitation. And so that you practice these 21 days, you get prepared, you get ready. And then as from April the 16th live, but then you have the recordings, we are moving on to these ascended timelines. So we are providing in all 31 light codes. We are giving master keys. We are sharing activations. And that's to begin with. We always feel what the participants need in the present moment. So we always add bonuses to what we are offering. There's no way we can really anticipate what we are going to be creating. They are all multi-dimensional ceremonies. We call them that way because we invoke and bring in beings, light beings, of course, from all the densities of consciousness to assist. So it's like parties of consciousness, celebrations, catalysts for acceleration. And so in the description, we can go that far and anticipate a few things that we will be sharing and co-creating. But really, we have lots of surprises and awesome experiences that we cannot really anticipate in writing, okay?
Yes, because the magic happens when we really be in the flow outside of time and space. But for this purpose, we somewhat need to be in a certain time and space, but the rest of it is magic.
Yeah.
So really wonderful, very high vibrational, and very empowering. And it's time. So the description for this course is right here on this webpage. And we invite those to check it out, get registered. We'll have the second option to purchase the first course that you mentioned as a precursor for those who want to take advantage of that opportunity. So really incredible. Thank you both. I am elated, and I'm sensing our audience is elated as well. This is our time to shine, and there's no more waiting. We step into this mastery.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you, Lorraine. And just one final message. I wrote it down because it was very specific for your listeners. Blessings don't follow a linear path. Step out of your minds. Go into your heart space, because the path is revealed from the heart. All that you're expecting will not come from linear thinking. Be present, open your eyes, open your fields, because it can come through people that you're not expecting, or situations or experiences, okay? So blessings don't follow a linear path.
Write that down, everyone, on your next sticky note. Thank you. All right. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Lauren.
We are so honored, and we are so grateful for this time together.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.